All right, let's dig into an NFT project that's doing something completely different. We're not just talking about cool art or some vague promise of a future game. We're talking about an entire ecosystem built on real-world physical assets and some seriously deep lore. This is the Goofy Gophers Mining Club.
I mean, think about that for a second. It's a pretty wild idea, right? So forget just holding a digital picture. What if that picture, your NFT, was actually your key to a piece of a massive, collective cryptocurrency mining operation? That's the huge idea we're going to unpack today. And honestly, it might just change the way you look at NFT utility for good.
Okay, so first things first. To really get what makes the Goofy Gophers so special, you gotta understand the problem they're trying to solve. And it's a big one. Making crypto mining something for everybody.
Yeah, let's be real. For most of us, crypto mining just feels impossible. You need to be a tech whiz to set up the gear, you need a ton of cash up front for the machines, and you need a hookup for cheap, reliable electricity. These are huge walls that keep the average person out of the game.
And that's exactly where GGMC steps in. It's this awesome community, all based around their NFTs, that uses a collective, gamified model to just smash down those walls. Their whole goal is to make mining not just doable, but actually fun.
And this number, this says it all. They weren't playing around. Right from their very first sale, a full 90% of the money went straight into buying real physical crypto miners. This wasn't some maybe later promise on a roadmap. This was them putting their money where their mouth was from day one and building a foundation on actual hardware.
So, you've got your Gopher NFT. Now what? How do you plug into this whole mining machine? Well, it all boils down to one simple key action they call burrowing. Burrowing is just their fun, on-brand name for staking. You're basically just locking in your Gopher on their platform to say, hey, I'm here, I'm active, and by doing that, your NFT is now in line to get a piece of the potential rewards coming from the entire club's mining power. Now, this is absolutely crucial. They do this with what's called non-custodial borrowing. And for your security, this is a huge deal. It means your Gopher NFT never ever leaves your wallet. You are always in control. You're not sending your valuable asset off to someone else and just hoping you get it back. And they really stick to that mission of making things easy. The whole process is literally just a few clicks. You connect your wallet, you hit one button to borrow all your guppies, you sign the transaction, and that's it. Boom. You're in. No complex stuff. Anyone can do it in seconds. But okay, GGMC is way more than just a simple group staking for mining rewards. This is where things get really creative and interesting. The whole thing is wrapped up in this incredibly deep story and game they call the War of Religions. The project has this whole epic backstory about a sacred gem shattering, which created 4 tribes that ended up in a massive war. I won't spoil the whole story for you. But what you need to know is that this super detailed narrative, it isn't just for show. It's the actual engine that powers the whole competitive game. And this is how you see that lore in action. Every quarter, these 4 tribal religions compete to see who can spread their influence across the map of the Goof Kingdom. But the outcome isn't just random chance. It's directly influenced by real-world actions from you guys, the community. Things like how well a tribe's favorite crypto coin is doing on the market, or how much that tribe's NFTs are being traded. And winning this whole thing, it has very real rewards. The tribe that takes over the map at the end of the quarter gets a massive 30% boost to their potential rewards. And if your Gopher Nelly is in one of those winning towns, you get a reward boost too, plus a cut of the secondary royalties. It's a genius way to connect the story directly to real-world incentives. Okay, so now let's zoom out for a second. Because beyond what individual holders can do, GGMC has taken all their experience and built a completely separate professional service. It's called Kingdom Trust, and this is their B2B, their business-to-business play. So for other NFT projects, for businesses, for big investors, Kingdom Trust is basically a mining-as-a-service solution. Their pitch is simple. Hey, we've figured out how to run a big mining operation. Let us do it for you. They handle everything. The management, the repairs, the negotiations, the whole shebang. So why would a business do this instead of trying it themselves? Well, the advantages are pretty clear. They get to tap into GGMC's buying power to get miners cheaper. It's totally hands-off for them. The risk is spread out because all the machines are pooled, so if one miner breaks, it doesn't sink one client. And you get their expertise in picking the best places to host, like the UAA, with friendly rules and reliable power.
And get this, they even built a growth engine right into their community. With the Diplomat program, anyone, you, me, anyone, can refer another project to Kingdom Trust. And if that project signs on, you get a 1% cut of the profit from their miners for the entire life of those miners. That is a brilliant way to get your community to do your business development for you.
Okay, so we've covered what you do as a holder, we've covered the deep lore and game, and we've covered the business side. For this last part, let's finally put all the pieces together and see how the money, the rewards, actually flow through this whole Gopherverse.
If you look at the main Goofy Gophers collection, the rewards are all about long-term, sustainable growth. A huge 50% chunk goes straight to the holders. But here's the really smart part. Another 25% is automatically reinvested to buy new miners, making the whole operation more powerful over time. The rest funds the project's treasury and development.
Now compare that to their premium collection, the Tribes, and you see the strategy shifts. Here, an even bigger slice, 60%, goes to the holders. The focus here is clearly on bigger, faster potential rewards for this more exclusive group of supporters.
So after seeing how all these pieces fit together, the real-world assets, the deep gamification, the business services, you're left with this one big question. Is this the blueprint for what's next? The future of online communities where we're all working together towards shared goals backed by real assets? Or is it just an incredibly elaborate, super engaging game? You know, maybe the real answer is that it's both. And that's exactly what makes it one of the most unique projects in the entire space today.